The god of the underworld knew something terrible was occurring as soon as he heard Cerberus howl in despair. Both Hades and his hound felt a mass number of despicable creatures pouring out of the underworld through a long, forgotten portal. Hecate appears before the obsidian throne in the midst of a swarm of crows before they disappear within the folds of her midnight blue dress.
"Silencers from the Black Groove are leaving this world,"
she announces, black hair tumbling over her shoulders on a brief bow. You also felt it, Hades affirms, a slight feeling of surprise falling over him by how swift the goddess had responded to his calling. She would want something in return.
"Do you know how this may have happened?"
Before an answer could be spoken aloud, a mist of impenetrable darkness hovers across the walls of the deep purple and black hall. Nyx, the goddess of night, floats towards the throne, her wings a mixture of iridescent purple and blue with Mad's black.
"What business do you require of me, Lord Hades?"
she inquires mildly. The goddess did not like to be disturbed from her home in Tartarus. "I would only call upon you this way if there was an emergency, Nyx," the god of the dead answers. The goddess of night slowly raises a delicate brow in question.
"The Silencers. They have uncovered the ancient portal that was long closed, and many have already entered the mortal world of the living,"
Hecate points out. A fraction of a scowl creeps across Nyx's exquisite face, a small thread of sympathy going out to the humans of the mortal world. If they were not so weak, they would stand a chance against those ravenous beasts called Silencers. The portal in Black Grove is currently being permanently shut by Millennium, who also posts her ghouls to fend off any Silencers who attempt that leave. Their punishment will be a series of eternal nightmares, Hades explains. Instantly, a bored look crosses over Nyx's features at the mention of that spoiled tormentor of a child. Then what is there left to do, Hecate and Nyx ask in unison. Finally, both goddesses acknowledge each other with a single look before turning back to the god of the underworld. Hades suddenly feels the great increase in new souls pouring into this world. The Silencers were already wreaking havoc. A great number of humans are dying as we speak. The living need help if they are to continue the human race.
"What do you propose happens next?"
Hecate asks. Hades' black eyes widen slightly as the idea whirling around in his mind came to fruition. Power. We give the humans power. A small sound of disagreement escapes Nyx's lips.
"Humans are volatile. This will only end in massacre," she argues.
Then only a select few are given this power, and they breed so that more of their superhuman kind live on. Hades nods tersely and stands. Hecate, you have the righteous ability to complete this task of administering a select number of humans with elite power. Nyx, as a primordial deity, you are to witness and denounce the rest of the underworld and travel to Olympus of this occurrence. Hecate smiles as a swell of power forms above her palms in a ball of light, pleased to be using her power for something as prominent as this. Zeus will not be so pleased to see me uninvited, Nyx warns, a smirk creeping up at the knowledge of the ruler of the Olympus gods being in fear of her. Hades watches Hecate work her magic, total concentration subduing her to silence as she weaves her power. His pride will be threatened at the sight of you, the more powerful being than him, being in the midst of his home. Do not taunt him. Hades glances at Nyx, knowing very well she was older and held more power than himself, yet never felt threatened. Both deities watch Hecate in the final moments of her weaving. The goddess reaches out into the bodies of humans on the other side and thrusting the thread of power into their DNA. They would start to feel changes within themselves and soon enough discover their personalized powers. When Hecate opens her feline eyes, Hades beckons her forward. She slides her warm palm into his open one as Hades lifts the top of her hand to his lips. Thank you. He lets go of her hand. The goddess bows once more and crows begin to once again swarm around her.
"I will be receiving my payment in the future."
Hecate smiles coyly before disappearing within a mass of crows. The black birds fly out the open window into the darkened sky.
Why do you seek help from Hecate when you are aware of her fearsome unpredictability?
Nyx wonders. Hades takes his seat on the dark throne, beckoning Persephone to him. I need you.
She has her own ways. I respect it. She will demand her repayment when you least expect it, and when most inconvenient for you, Hades.
The god of death already knew this. The goddess of night unfurls her wings and flaps the powerful members in one fluid motion, the action creating a fierce breeze that plasters Hades to his throne. But he shows no discomfort or sign of being affected as the goddess disappears, taking the mist of night with her. Persephone appears at the threshold of the grand hall, and Hades' eyes fill an intense longing. His queen of the underworld.